Hello and welcome back to the adventures of Dunk and, well, Small Egg. We have just noticed that our health has got a little bit poor. Now, we set the conditions a couple of episodes ago for how the series was going to end. It was going to end when Dunk and Egg were dead. And Egg is dead and Dunk is on poor health. So we are getting to the point where we're going to have to think about ending the series. However, we're not there yet, and we are still educating a couple of people. So, we're going to educate these people the best that we can, and we're going to see where things go with them. If our health drops to really, really low, we are going to raise Andro to nobility. The reason we're going to raise him to nobility is because that'll mean that the game is unlikely to cull him. I think I've also decided what I'm going to do in terms of a, seeing where things go type standpoint. What I think we're going to do is we are going to go to Dunk's death, then we're just going to do a straight 50-year time jump. Well, we'll look at everything, then we're just going to jump 50 years and do a singular jump and see where everyone ended up. Because I think that's probably the best way to handle things. Because after a generation, they're not going to be the people that we've interacted with, and it's not like the Dusk Wastes themselves are going to really expand or do anything, right? If I had to guess, I would say that if we jumped 50 years in game, the borders would look like this. And nothing will have changed. This might have changed actually up here, but nothing in this will have changed after 50 years, so. Or even after 100 years, so I think that that's probably the best that we're going to get there. Anyway, I've also decided that what we're going to do is when Robert Tall reaches the age of 16, we're going to invite our daughter back to court. I think that's what we're going to do with that. So that'll then mean that our heir will be in court with us, which I think is a sensible thing to do. Like our heir and our heir's heir. So yeah, for now, we're just going to unpause it. I don't know, let's go speed 5. My liege is being attacked by a pirate lord. Again. Okay. Ill. My wife is ill? Wife, you cannot die before I do. Oh wait, as I near my wife Lady Casella's chambers, I hear a horrifying scream, barely human and full of pain. I burst into the room only to find Casella collapsed in a heap on the floor covered in blood. The miserable physician is standing in the corner of the room anxiously wringing his hands. Do we think he did it deliberately? Probably not. He had a botched treatment. We'll say this will not happen again to Selwyn. Okay. We got poetry about strife. I've been rescinded as Master of Coin. Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. New stewardship perk. Let's grab ourselves War Profiteer. Only really gives us money when we're at war. And this doesn't count as us being at war, because it's our liege's war, not our war. Just finished a whole bunch of buildings. Nice. Let's continue upgrading things. Let's upgrade farms and fields here. Let's upgrade the breweries here, which is apparently the only thing that Darkhurst has in it. And to upgrade the castle holding here, I need a little bit more money, so yeah, we'll chill on that for now. Resin collector is finished in 3 crowns. Which one's resin collector? Oh, it's this thing. Okay. Yeah, let's upgrade the blacksmiths. Okay. Whole bunch of things are now finishing here. We'll save up a little bit of money before we build again. Lord Qualton would like to come in and pledge his loyalty to us. Lord Qualton Rosby, this is. Okay, cool. Well, that's fine. You're about to marry Rosby, aren't you? Oh, it's your daughter. Oh, neat. Okay, cool. What's this? We have objects of charity. My fair high almoner Yinli handles her responsibilities with great care, and Duskwash's charity gains wider repute. I'm somewhat surprised, therefore, when she asks me, a bag of coin jangling in her palm. My time is split between genuinely needy and the pious lords and ladies done for. I need your guidance, O Lord. Oh, it doesn't matter, because it's one of these court position ones that always gets lost. Okay. Grace on the poor. That's fine. Doesn't matter what we choose, it'll disappear before the timer runs out on it anyway. Right. Quarreling servants. My ward Kasen has faced a new test for abilities. 2 quarrelsome servants brought a dispute, each claiming the other spilled a fine arbor red on a set of expensive curtains. They thrashed back and forth with shouts and jabs as the other servants watched intently. Cassine reacted violently, screaming at the entire staff for failing to resolve such a simple issue themselves. She failed to notice the frustrated looks on the servants' faces as she flippantly dismissed both their disputes and their value. Okay, and say, that's right girl, they're worthless, and make her rude. I can make her authoritative. Okay, or I can make her inquisitive. Let's say to address problems you must seek their root. Cool. Okay. Oh, there we go, we lost direct relief, the buff I was talking about. Our septum died and we have a new realm priest. Not that it matters too much for us, the reason it doesn't matter is because we don't actually have... where are we? We don't actually have any holdings, so therefore they're not providing much. Although apparently they're providing tax from somewhere. Oh, I guess he has the province of Seven Hall. Or Seven Hills, so he must be... Yeah, I guess there is a court holding then. Wait a second. So this is a monastery holding. Do I really have no other holdings in this whole place? Yeah, I guess I really don't have any other ones within our lands. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yeah, so why did it say I had none previously? Don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's fine. What's this? Hold court? Sure, I'll hold court. Puppy patronage. My huntsmaster, Dennis, approaches carefully, cradling a wooden bundle. With a grin, he pulls back this waddling, revealing a pair of squinting eyes above a lolling tongue. And a puppy. You can hardly keep the excitable furball in his arms. A gift from the finest sighthound litter I have seen in some time. You must take advantage and expand your kennels, my lord. Okay, we can become dog lovers for 30 years, definitely. And all members will be able to adopt a puppy. Cool. You want funds for to recover after a war. Okay. Feast under my name. You'd like to give me a feast. I'm going to say no, that's fine. Okay, mainly because I don't want to hold a feast. I have a dog. Okay. Well, I think I have a name. I just need to check something quickly. I was actually going to name the dog Arlen after Dunk's mentor, but I felt that could be a little bit off, like to name just a dog after him. So instead, I'm going to name the dog Penny, because that's kind of it could be a dog name, and it still references him as Arlen of Pennytree. So yeah, this can be Penny. Wonderful. Cacophony. The family gathered for our evening repast in Dunsfort's great hall, and right from the start it was a madhouse. My elder daughter Prunella was a dark cloud hanging over the entire feast, her melancholy spreading like a miasma. Then my grandson Corliss barely talked to anyone all night, rolling his eyes with derision the moment anyone tried to engage. That's Corliss, who's currently in charge of Darkwood's Mull. There's Prunella, the Strong Elm. Oh, wait, yeah, there you go, the Elm name got used there, because that's our dynastic nickname, so she became the Strong Elm. That actually works pretty well. I think that's not too bad as a nickname. Good choice, the people who suggested that. Also, my grandson John was uncharacteristically irritable and combative, in a bad mood since the start of the feast. That's also neat that I have a grandson named John, given the number of Johns we had in our court, which would have been, like, in our camp while she was growing up. That kind of works. Yeah, story-wise, a lot of this works. Everyone was shouting and the cacophony grew so annoying I finally raised my voice and commanded them to all be silent. I may have said some things I regret, but I simply had to be out of that place. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm going to train my squire. I'm going to train him in swordsmanship. Let's do that. How are you looking? Inquisitive, patient, temperate, and just. That's pretty good. I'll give you a martial drill. Let's do it. Okay. Squire training went well. Got some experience in that. She has become a flexible leader. Fantastic. Got an inspiration, and I need a new tutor. Well, I mean, do we have a genius? We're back to doing this again. No. Do we have anyone who's intelligent? No. Do we have anyone who is shrewd? No. Do we have anyone who is quick? Yes. Well, by virtue of being the only person, you win. You were the only person who fit any of the criteria I was looking for. Okay. That's fine. When's your birthday, Robert Tall? Birthday is the 17th of the 2nd. Okay. Fair enough. Back to chilling, I think. And building and generally just powering up. Right, another legend was added to our library. We could do a marrying off if we want to get rid of the few captains warning that we got there. Extort our subjects? Of course I will. Yes. And my courtiers practically live off my generosity. Ooh, this got short range reduction. That's quite nice on it. Yeah. So that now means that next person who takes over has a 4% a shorter short range duration. Okay. Right. Is it not high time they showed their gratitude? Even a lesser noble must understand that much about honor and duty. So for 10 years I can get minus 15 courtier opinion. I can spend some prestige to get 450 gold, or I can do nothing. Yeah, I'll spend some prestige. That's fine. Artificer gained an inspiration. I should train you again. In horse riding. Is there anything else I can do with you? I can influence your personality. Can't influence her personality, right? Because she's already got 4 things. But yours, you're humble, brave, just. I guess I want to make you compassionate then. Yeah, okay, let's do it. You got 22 on that one. Nice, okay. It was a failure. He did not want to be compassionate. Okay, well, what about a flexible leader? Fantastic. Jordan Stillbloom died. Oh no. Okay, so that was one of our squires. So how did he die? Succumbed to a fatal apoplexy. Okay. So that means that you now might be in line to stuff, although you aren't. Yeah, whatever happened to your title? This title, yeah. She's nowhere in line, basically. Okay. Interesting. Well, he is now also gone. Alright, a lot of the original people are gone. Lady Scalera is still going. Yeah, and her line of House Hagtree is going quite well. Nocturnal noises. I'm roused from my sleep in the early hours of the morning by one of the servants with a story to tell. Seems another among their number had a touch too much to drink the night before, and in trying to find his way back to his quarters, he ended up making a mess of himself outside Andro's room. Checking on Andro later, the servants found him reciting verses from the ancient tales to maintain his composure. Zealous or calm? I think calm works. Yeah, so he is different from us. He's not compassionate, but he is calm. He's calm, just, brave, and humble. It's not a bad combo. A tournament? Of course we're going to go to a tournament. Yes. Yes. I mean, we may be, low on health, but we're not incapable yet. We'll go to a tournament and then do one last adventure over in Essos. Let's head down here. Then across. And then across here. Drop ourselves down and then into Godwharf. And then we can come back. I never went to there either. You know what? After Godwharf, we're going to go to Upcliff's Haven. And then we'll come back down this way. Also, Upcliff's Haven is where one of our people is, isn't it? Yeah, it's where you are. So we're effectively visiting our friend here. Nice. Okay. And did I set a... Well, yeah, she's still set. That's fine. Let's go to the tournament. Small castle finished, making even more money. That's all fine. Right, let's go. Tournament arrival. We're qualifying for the duel. And even though we're 74, we still have an absurd amount of prowess. So this should be fine. Fine favor. I'm not going to take either of the favors offered to us here. I'm simply going to focus on my match. Right. Few days left on this. Artisan's quarters. Tattered scraps. Agrio cheerily presents my gold keep mail. It gleams as I heft it into the light. It's as I pass the coin over to the pleased artisan, I notice a young apprentice standing beside him. She saddles around the table as her master sorts away the coin. Forgive me, lord, but he didn't pay a tanner to treat the leather. Okay, well... I'm going to say, what's the meaning of this? And he'll begrudgingly do the repairs. Thank you very much, random person. Right, tourney grounds. Nope, not going to go drinking with them. New stewardship perk. Fearful troops. So we're currently at 1093. We are now at 1106. Alright, so it was 1.3 we got there. It's not bad. You're learning High Valyrian. Oh, my grandson. Oh, well that's fine. Yeah, that's reasonable. Trying to be our friend by learning the language that we're speaking. Chip off the old sword. I hand over the prize axe to be ready for the trials ahead, but regret immediately fills me as it leaves my hand. Agrio the weaponsmith is slowly inundated with requests, and he in turn passes it to a skittish-looking apprentice to handle. The young woman takes the weapon excitedly, giving it a too careless stroke through the air, impacts off a nearby anvil, digging a deep chip out of its body. My resultant involuntary yell causes the weaponsmith to turn in horror, snatching up the damaged weapon with one hand and clipping the girl around the ear with the other, and say, fix it now! Okay. Do you have any for sale? And I'll become the owner of a tourney sword. Just give it here. I'm going to say, fix it now! Yeah, we're definitely going to ask them to fix it. They broke it. Okay. We may be compassionate, but doesn't mean we're not going to want our stuff fixed. I've been paired against Brunaro here. Okay, it's fairly good. And here are the other people in there. We'll have a look at them when we reach the semi-finals. It's inspired people, I heard. That was the noise. Okay. A handy option. It happens in a split second. As our blades clash thunderously, the hilt of Brunaro's weapon slips past, smacking off the back of my sword hand. Reeling backwards to gain some space, I clutch at my hand with my free one, sword held limply in front of me. The throbbing pain radiates up my arm as I wriggle my fingers curiously. It appears to not be heavily damaged. It's as if it is at all, but inspection is tricky as I weave backwards to avoid a blow from the advancing Brunaro. He grins, clearly seeing an advantage, and sails another blow just past my flank. I can't simply dodge forever. My hand will need to be dealt with one way or another. We will use the Princess Bride's defense here. You think I train with only one hand? My left is just as good as my right. Ambidextrous, so we get prowess, we get expiring Blade Master trait experience gain, and our score greatly increases. Then, we remember our training, and we have won. Nice. Okay. Tall Tyrell, relations have gone up. My son, Maester Aegon, has become friends with Sir Osbert Tyrell. Okay. You're Lord Tristan, of Darstone's Maester right now. Huh. Okay. Well, that is interesting, isn't it? Yeah. Cordial relations of House Tyrell. Alright. Cool. Okay, we've been matched against Belardo. Who's very good. He's better than the last person we were against. The other people here are Duranello, who is also as good as Belardo. And Magister Linwood, who's also pretty good. Everyone's got, you know, everyone's got a level of skill here. Fighting Patter. Am I going to talk at him or am I going to concentrate on the fight? I'll concentrate on the fight. Remember my training. And I believe we have just won. Now it's time for the finals. Okay. Magister Joronello is through to the finals. I can do this. By any means. Yes, I'm going to be compassionate here. Then I'm going to remember my training. And I believe we have just won the duel contest. Which should be one of our better ones anyway. So, it's good that we won it. Victory! I won, so I get my prestige, I get my gold, and I get my gifted duelist. So I get prowess plus prowess per level of fame. So our prowess is going back up to 75. Okay, tourney grounds. What's the next one? Wrestling. Okay. Well, that's good. We're also good at wrestling as well. Right. Next, artisans' quarters. Continue to try and do that. No events at the artisans' quarters. Okay. Tourney grounds next. Strongman show. We will study their techniques. Got a moderate score increase. I'd love to go to the temple, but I'm not going to be able to. Commander promoted. You're promoted Rufus Buckshorn. Alright, I'll accept because I need every knight I can get, or every captain I can get, because I'm below the maximum. Okay. I'm ready. I am not going to cheat. I will lose with honor. Somebody has sabotaged someone else. Magister Namaro was tampering with Agrio's wrappings. Oh, okay. And he was pardoned. I'm going to lock up as warriors with this guy. And we have defeated him. Nice. Okay. Victory. Now I'm against, Magister Joronello again. Velardo was in the previous one. Warlag wasn't. Drowned gods. A drowned man here. Okay. Interesting. I'm not going to throw dirt in his face. Okay, we've targeted his legs and got a great thing here. Let's lock up his warriors. And now, we have defeated him. Wonderful. Victory! Velardo is through to the final here. Ooh, he's very good at fighting. I'll face him. Oh no! Dodge one grapple, miss the counter. I'm attempting to give as good as I get, but it's all I can do to hold on against Velardo's furious attempts to lock me in a grapple. Dodge one attempt, counter another, run to the side, but then he grabs me. The headlock tightens around my neck like a horrible serpent as his hand pushes it the other way, as if putting a beast out of its misery. I can't breathe, my eyes feel ready to burst from their sockets, my cheeks flushed with trapped blood, my neck creaking like a brittle branch. Snap. The world turns monochrome, my body spasms. I lay on my front looking up at the sky. Ugh. I'm going to close this briefly. And I'm going to make my last act raising him to nobility. Okay. I accept your gift, I say. Ugh. And that is the end of Lord Duncan's story. Lord Duncan of the Duskwashes has passed on at 74 years of age. He died after having his neck snapped by a kick during a tournament fistfight. A charming man, he became famous for his elaborate feasts and grandiose balls. Lady Ray ascends to the throne. A silent woman, many expect her to do well in diplomatic matters. What I think is interesting is that we were going to invite her back. Oh, and all the pinned characters are gone. Oh, that's really annoying. Okay. We were going to invite her back right after... Oh, actually, they might come back when I click continue. Yeah, we were going to invite them back after our grandson came of age. And he did come of age. However, yeah, we just didn't come back from the tournament in time. She inherited everything. And after 57 years, she's taken over. Alright, we will continue. End of the road. I am sat at my table about to break my fast, but all hunger has left me. Something feels amiss, and I know this to be true when I see my caravan master John somberly approaching. My lady, a messenger arrived in the night bearing grievous news. I'm afraid your father, Lord Duncan, died after having his neck snapped by a kick during a tournament fistfight. You couldn't phrase it any other way? He was in Sun's Gussin when he perished. My sincere condolences, my lady. He did not deserve to die so far from home. Okay. Well, that is Lady Ray Tall. And now, it is time for us to look through the people who we want to look through and look at everything, basically, that we can look through. Right. Let's figure out where we're even going to start. I kind of want to have a look at what she's been doing. So she's got a learning perk, and oh, she's finished most of the family hierarch. Oh, okay. Interesting. She hasn't really been doing very much. Okay. What was it? Mother was murdered. Father had his neck snapped by a kick during a tournament fistfight. It's so specific. Okay. Sir Robert Tall finished his education. He's arrogant, arbitrary, cynical, craven, and a flamboyant trickster. A disgrace to the Tall name. Okay. Yep. Let's see. His brother is compassionate. Okay, and he's betrothed to Alana Trant of House Trant. Ah, this guy who was not a fan of Duncan. Well, not a fan of him taking all of his land anyway. And then we have Lady Alice, who is a giant. Okay. Over here we have Lady Scalera, one of the first ones that Duncan educated. Her line goes a couple deep down to Lewis Hagtree and Selema Hagtree. So who's in line to his title? Herman Hagtree. Brave, arrogant, generous, and something else. And he's an heir in training. Over here, well, we have the gold keeps that didn't go anywhere. We have the still blooms that went down to Lanny, but it hasn't really gone anywhere since. Colin Goldkeep, of course, did not survive his first battle. Lord Aegon, the Crackling Flame, aka Small Egg Targaryen. He's got Daenerys as a daughter. Brave, but stupid. He's got Rhaenys Targaryen, who's quick, and a twin of Rhae Targaryen, who is quick. I guess in our world, we can say that Rhae is potentially named after our Rhae. That's interesting. Over here we have Chailey Upcliffe, who did not get to receive Dunk as a visitor. Elos Penrose, who was his last trained knight, I guess, as in the last one who he knighted. Lady Ray. Cassine Lichbury, who did not finish her education under Duncan. Has a crush on Tristan Rosby. Okay. We could arrange that to happen. She's not the heir, is she? No. Well, in which case, I will arrange that. With you. Would not accept. Ah. Reluctant unless it gets an alliance. Okay. We have Andrew Crownton here, who did not quite, whose knight has died halting their progress, so he was merely a squire. And then Robert Tall. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask you... Wait, did you ever become a knight? You did become a knight. I'm going to ask you... Not arranged marriage. I'm going to ask you to take on Andrew Crampton. Yes. Let's see what he says. Shadow of Flame Twilight. There are whispers about the tales and deeds of my father, the legendary figure Lord Duncan, everywhere I go. Near or far, it seems there is nobody who has not heard his name. I wonder, will I be able to stay in the shadow of my father? Will I achieve as much fame in my life as him? How high will I be able to climb? Okay. He has accepted it. And then I'm going to go back to him here. And I'm going to say, would you please take... Oh, do you already have wards? Never mind. In which case if you don't already have wards, you do not. In which case Lady Ray is going to take Cassine. And, oh, I guess you left court, Crownton? Oh, you're still in court. Well, we're going to take him as a ward as well. Okay. Taking on both of them. Okay. Let's travel to our court from... Oh, because he immediately traveled to his court. Oh. Yeah, I think we've caused all sorts of weird stuff to happen by doing that. Okay. Accolade successors. Just make sure that we have some people selected. And then here. There we go. Right. Now, I think that's where we're going to end it in terms of messing around. Let's now look at everything that we look at. So, there are 6 living members of House Tall. Lady Ray, Lord Dale, Sir Robert, Lady Prunella, Lady Alice, Maester Aegon. Okay. Our brother, who's actually come to our court now. Oh, I guess because we were landed, he got dragged into our court, but he really should have been at the other court. He could, however, replace Maester Selwyn, which I think is fine. He can replace Maester Selwyn. Cool. Okay. Yeah, arrogant, just, callous, and lustful. What a combo. And he finished all of his training at the Citadel as well. That's cool. So we have him. And then, yeah, that's all the members of the house. There aren't a ton, but, you know, it's fine. We can have a look at the dynasty tree. People like to see it. However, I gotta say, there's not really a lot to this dynasty tree. That's it. Yes, we have all the Richards over here. Who we'll want to keep track of. So that's one line. We have Aegon, who will not have any children, most likely. And then we have Lady Ray's line. On the other side of things, we have Aegon, who we've already had a look at. We've seen how his line goes. He was the only son of Egg, right? He was the only son of Egg. Egg's wife was a Tyrell. Okay. Well, that reminds me. House relations. Yeah, cordial with the Targaryens and the Lannisters. Yeah. Quarreling with Trant. Although some of these will be fixed with marriages. And nobody above quarreling... Oh, sorry, nobody above cordial or below quarreling for the whole lot. But yeah, one of the first ones we got was Targaryen. It's good. Your line has nothing, your line has nothing. Yeah, and that's kind of it. We'll go through some of the map modes, because people like to see these, although we didn't really affect these this time, but... Old Gods has everything. There's the cultures, if anyone is interested. The houses, you can now do this with houses. You didn't used to be able to do this, but it's really good. You can now drill in, so you can see the individual houses we've got in places, and you can go even further if you want to see everything. Although it's a little bit much at that level, so yeah, let's stick at this level. Oh, yeah. So Martell, Baratheon, Tyrell, Lannister, Tully, Arryn, and Stark. Yeah, and Greyjoy. It's all pretty much what you'd expect here. And Velaryon, and this will be, well, Targaryen, essentially. And then Tall right there. Okay, what else have we got in here? Anything else? Development doesn't really matter. We didn't play long enough in the game to get development. Economy. You can see there's quite a lot of economy where we were, but not as much as in other places. But, you know, reasonable amount. Let's see. Court languages. Well, it's all going to be common apart from the bit that's High Valyrian. There are the legends that were there at the end. There's multiple stacking legends here. And then, I guess I'll click Landless Rulers. Yeah, that's where all the adventurers are. almost exclusively in Essos. But there you go. Right, I think that's everything we need to look at. What characters do we care about for a 50-year time skip? We care about Ray. So we care about Tall. We care about Small Legs Line. We care about Penrose. We care about Upcliffe. We care about Lichbury. We care about Crampton. And we care about Stillbloom. You know what I'm going to do with Stillbloom as well? I'm going to mark you here. Just so we got you in there. Not that this will stay, but just so that it reminds me. Right. So, I will meet you at the other side of a 50-year time skip. So I'll see you in... in 3:16. Alright. 3, 2, 1, and time skip. Okay, we have jumped 50 years in the future and things have got very interesting. Let's have a look at Duskwashes. We're going to switch character, and the new leader of the Duskwashes is Daenerys Targaryen. How did that happen? Well, let's go and have a look. So let's go title history here. And this is Daenerys, child of Small Egg. Yes, okay. So, what happened was 30 years went by and she died. Well, 26 years went by and she died. Then Lord Garrick, the Timid Tall, took the title. Okay, and he's still in charge of Duskendale, Bluntmark, and Shadowshield. So he took over. He was actually the son of Dale. So Dale died like 8 years before his mother did by choking on food. Okay, is choking on food one of the... No, wait, that's the feast event. Okay, so he died in a feast. I was wondering if it was a murder event, but no, it's a feast event, I think. So he died, so he never actually got to rule. Garrick got to rule, and he's craven, callous, and basically he lost to a faction. So he lost to Lord Tristan, the skeptic Richard. So Tristan Richard was the grandson of Duncan Tall, and the son of Lord Olivar Richard and Prunella. Okay, so effectively, the person who got installed by faction demand is somebody who potentially should have been in charge. Okay. And currently he holds the Lordship of Duskendale. So you hold the High Lordship, but he still holds the Lordship. Then, Donald Tall got put in charge. So this was Garrick's son. So Donald Tall is zealous, content, rude, and craven. And then he was taken out, and now Lady Daenerys is taking over. And she was a very prepared heir, apparently. Yeah, and she's taking over to rule the High Lordship of the Duskwashes. What happened to Small Egg? He died in 299. Okay, so he didn't die that long ago. He lived to be 77. Okay, cool. So now you have Daenerys with her heir Balon being the... being the next in line to the title. He holds the Lordship of Cantondale. He's married to my daughter, Lady Daenerys Targaryen. I see. Okay. Well, I suppose they are Targaryens, so it's the kind of thing that will happen. Let's go find House Tall and have a look. So there's 28 living members now, so there's a significant amount more. So there's Garrick, there's Donald, there's also Jonquil Tall. Jonquil has the province of Highley. Where is Highley? Ah, it's one of the ones in there. Okay. She is married to Lord Stefan of Highley, just a lowborn. We have Lord Malian Tall, is a familial kinslayer. Who did he kill? Alan Tall was murdered. Alan is the son of Owain Tall. Owain Tall is the great-grandson of Duncan? Okay, so this was the great-great-great-grandson of Duncan. Here was murdered by Malian, who is arrogant, diligent, greedy, and patient. He's married to a lowborn here. Then we have Lord Robin Tall of Seamill, married to a Hightower. Okay. That's a very good marriage for him. So that is one of Ray's children. And then Owain Tall who is married to a lowborn. So a lot married to lowborns, and this one is shy, arrogant, craven, and lustful. Then we have the unlanded ones. We have Delera, married to Nymeros Martell, grandchild of Lord Paramount. Okay. Also, I think because she's in Dorne, she's actually able to be a captain. Alright. Edmund Tall, imprisoned. He was the grandchild of Lord Rhys Trant and Lady Ray. Isella Tall, just kind of here. Laren. Another Jonquil. Bolin. Another Ray. Millian. Sir John Tall. Okay, he seems to actually... Well, he's just at least. I was going to say he's got some things. We have a lot of Craven Tall people. We have Simon Tall and Jane Tall, twins. Serena Tall. Another Jonquil. There's many, many Jonquil. She's refusing marriage. Although she was married to this guy who was slain in battle, so... Fair enough. We have Lawless. We have Robin. Sir Dale. Sir Dale being the son of Dale. And married to our niece Robin Trant. Then we have Gunser Tall, or Daenerys' niece, I should say. Sir Stefan the Black Elm Tall, who is gone to become a septum. Jane Tall, okay, who's living in Dorne. Alyssa Tall, Bethany Tall, who is a dwarf, and then John Tall. Yeah, I bet Bethany Tall is going to hate having the last name Tall, but anyway, there you go. So that is all the members of the Tall dynasty, who now are basically lords of Duskendale and the surrounding areas, but don't actually have the High Lordship of Duskendale. Well, actually, no, they might have the... No, they do have the High Lordship. They don't have the Kingdom of the Duskwashes. That is now held by a Targaryen, which I guess makes a lot more sense for a Targaryen to hold it. And it does mean that Egg's line effectively did, you know, rise to power, just via a different means than the way it did in the canon. So that's cool. We have some other people we want to look at. We will go through the map modes briefly in case anyone cares. So there's religion, culture. It's all going to be much the same. Houses. Anything crazy happen here? Uller holds this. Wait a second. Oh, not. Okay, not an Uller. I think there's an Uller up here, but that's not the same Uller. Okay. So nothing too crazy. Development still roughly the same. Economy, you can see that, yeah, down here there's a little bit of money being made, but not like an absurd amount. Yeah, no, I don't think there's anything else we care about. Court language will all be common, or yeah, Bastard Valyrian, and there's landless rulers, and yeah, that's all the map modes. Right. Next thing that we want to have a look at is all of the people who we had as knights. We want to see where they went. So, let's go for Hagtree. Okay, I have another way of finding people. Let's go for... I want find title. I think I've got Spinney here. Lordship of Spinney. Held by Hagtree. Fantastic. So, that should be Tamara, Allard. I'm going backwards here. Well, so Hagtree. What happened to... Yeah, okay. Trying to find out what happened to the specific person we're looking for. Was it Herman who held it? You know what would be easier, actually? I just thought of an easier way of doing this. So let's go to her. House Stillbloom. Open Dynasty Tree. There we go. This is going to be the easier way of finding who we're looking for. And then we want to find the person who we're specifically looking for here. Which is none of them. Okay. Well, that'd explain why I can't find who I'm looking for. Miles? No. Let's go down these lines. Okay, back another one. We're going to cousins of cousins of cousins. Oh, there we go. Lane. No children. That's what happened to her. Slain in battle, yeah, in 272. Well, it's unfortunate. Oh, actually, that was the still blooms that I had there, not the hag trees. But we found what happened to the hag trees and still blooms anyway. Upcliff. Let's go find Upcliff. Actually, that's Witch's Isle, which is right here. Okay, so we have Chaley. Died of old age. Okay. Had a couple of children. One died of something. Botched treatment. Had a son who was a knight who died from his wounds. Married to a spruce. And then we have Mysana, who is not betrothed to anyone and just kind of rules Witch Isle. Okay, that's what happened to them. Next one is the Vellum Coast. So, Vellum Coast. And we're looking... there's Elos Penrose. Flagellated himself to death. I see, he married multiple times. He married Mera Dryside and Irina Branch. And had many children as well. Okay. Cool. Lord Anfred is his, or was his heir. He's uncouth. And is not a knight. Well, that's the end of where that line went. Well, House Tall, obviously we've already looked at. Lichbury of Yellow Stars. Let's find this here. So are you Lichbury? No, you're Windhaven, so I don't feel good about Lichbury, but it's okay. So Jonas' daughter Cassine married Benrun here, who died in battle 15 years ago. She's still going, though. Just. Lady Daria Benrun was her child, and then they ruled the lordship of Blackstripe down here. Okay. And she had another child who's Eleanor Benrun, who's married to this guy. Okay. They have another child. Awesome. And then the last one that we have is Crownton. Now, Crownton's going to be difficult to find unless he's alive. I think it was spelled like that, but I'm not feeling positive. Yeah, I don't think this guy is still alive. Because his house and dynasty aren't alive, which is kind of the yeah, that's the nail in the coffin for that guy. Let's just quickly load that the previous save though, and let's just see that if we got him or got any other identifying features for him. Which we may have, we may not have. We'll see. Right. In here. Crampton. Yeah. Don't think he's gonna have any identifying features or still be around, fortunately. But we'll try one more time. But I think if it doesn't show up, that means that there's no members of that house that are still alive, which is kind of like the nail in the coffin here. Wait, I don't want to observe. I want to switch character. I want to play as you. Right. Let's just do this. Let's go all. Brownton. Yeah, I don't think he's there. Definitely not there. Okay. Wasn't like Croton or something, and I saw it, was it? Oh well, even if it was Crow, then like, you know, we would still show up. No. Okay, I don't think there's anybody. Yeah, it was definitely Crampton anyway. Right. Well, that's Dunk's legacy. Yeah, it's interesting that the Targaryens got in charge. That is definitely an interesting path for things to have taken here. That they're back in charge. Well, they're now in charge of this land. The separate kind of line of the Targaryens has land. How are the Targaryens in Summerhall or Summerfield doing? They're doing absolutely fine, yeah. It's just a direct line down, basically. That is wild that the grandparents are the same on both sides. But anyway, yeah. I think that's where we're going to end the episode. Thank you very much for watching. It was a fun series. It was interesting. Yeah, the mod, I think, is improved quite significantly by having another layer of titles. I think that does help a little bit with things to do that aren't just expanding and blobbing. It still has the fundamental problem that the Iron Throne is like one realm, and there isn't really another realm that you interact with. Like, there's Essos, but this isn't another realm. This is just like some places to go. Like, even if they add in all of Essos, I still don't feel like it quite works the way that you might want it to work, because there's one title that you're after, and that's kind of the point of the show, is that like there's the Iron Throne. That's what everyone's after here. But once you get it, there's not really a lot there, right? But yeah, it was fun to do something different, fun to play a little bit of a slower series in it. I don't know what's happening next. There may be an episode tomorrow of something, there may not be. I almost want to hold off a little bit because they've been talking about an open beta for a new like patch for Crusader Kings, which is like the base game, which is going to fix a whole bunch of issues that people have had with the game. So I might want to try that out, but they haven't actually said when it's coming out, so I don't know. We'll figure it out. I might play another mod next, but yeah. For now, I'm going to end the series there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.